Good morning, everyone. Bert Cook, Executive Director of the LaPorte Economic Advancement Partnership. Welcome to 2021. Our year is off to a fast and exciting start, and I want to tell you a little bit about the great things that we have going on in LaPorte as we speak. So first and foremost, I'd like to introduce our new board chairs for the LaPorte Economic Advancement Partnership. Laura Francisconi is our chair on the economic development side of things, and Steve Kring is our chair on the existing business side. So we're excited for their leadership and look forward to working with them more closely in the coming year. First and foremost, we have House Bill 1025 in our state legislature. The bill is authored by State Representative Jim Pressel, and it would create additional life for our enterprise zone. So there are enterprise zones across the state of Indiana that are watching this bill, but especially LaPorte, as it would allow our enterprise zone to continue the great work they've completed in our community. So we're hopeful that will pass. It has passed out of the House and is currently on the Senate side of things. And again, we will be eager to see how that progresses through our legislature. Next, I'd like to spend a little time talking about annexation, which is an issue that has been in front of our city council quite recently. We have a number of private individuals who have asked the city to become part of the city limits. Many of those people would like to utilize the infrastructure that the city has, and when we say infrastructure, we're referring to water and wastewater, fire, police services, etc. So we're excited to help those people become part of our community. There is a specific process that has to be followed. Our city council has just started on some rather large annexations, and we expect that to continue through the rest of the course of the year and beyond. But it is exciting to see our community grow in this way. We have a number of economic development projects that are also happening as we speak. Flaherty and Collins, the Banks development in Newport Landing, is well under construction. We've been able to see the vertical construction of this building going on for the last few months, and that will continue through the spring and into the summer. And ideally, we'll have people living on site in the not too distant future. But the skyline on that part of the city has definitely changed, and we're very appreciative of Flaherty and Collins' investment here in LaPorte and all of the great tradespeople that are currently building that structure. Rural King has just opened. The grand opening is coming in a week or so, but on the west side of town, the Maple Lane Mall, the former Maple Lane Mall, looks totally different. Rural King has redone the entire parking side of things, the buildings, both the Rural King space as well as the other tenant spaces in the mall. From what I hear, people are very excited to be able to shop there. And it's been packed here for the last week or so that they've been open, so we're excited for them as well. We have a new industrial building being built in the Thomas Rose Industrial Park. The Qualls family is putting up 150,000 square foot, what we call spec space, which is a building that's being built without a tenant in hand. Ultimately, they believe that the demand is there and that we need industrial space in LaPorte. We very much agree with that. And so they're building that building. The steel has been erected, and we anticipate the construction to continue, and they should be ready for occupancy in mid-summer of this year. Finally, on the east side, we have Popeyes, which is being built in front of Walmart. They've made great progress over the winter, and that restaurant is nearing completion. And we're very excited for them to open and to have a new restaurant on the east side of town. So as you can see, we've got a lot of things going on as we speak. It's exciting times in LaPorte, and stay tuned for more information on these projects and many others. Now I'd like to turn it over to Mike Riley, who's the president of Existing Business Services. Mike's going to share with us a little bit about what's going on our committees.
Welcome, LEAP members. Mike Riley, President of Business Services with LaPorte Economic Advancement Partnership. Just wanted to give everyone an update on how this year has started. A couple things I want to touch on. First would be membership. Membership, surprisingly, has been very good for the start of 2021. We have 11 members year to date, and our renewals, which come in January, were overwhelmingly engaging. Our members are renewing at a great pace. We didn't know what to expect due to COVID in 2020. So that's a great sign of things to come in 2021. But we have some committees that are working diligently in 2021, are off to a great start. I wanted to touch on a few highlights of those committees at this point. So we have our Workforce Task Force, which focuses on filling jobs in LaPorte County, or actually LaPorte, and Greater LaPorte and LaPorte County. And our focus this year has been on the LaPorte Community Schools and the surrounding school systems, and trying to engage those graduating seniors in the job market. We have a couple job fairs scheduled here, April 22nd with the High School of LaPorte, which is going to focus on the seniors at LaPorte High School. And then we have one on May 26th at the Civic Auditorium from 3 to 6, which is going to be a hiring event, so you can hire folks right on the spot. We're going to have several companies represented at this event in May. So it should be really exciting as we move into the next couple of months and trying to get our workforce engaged. One of our other committees is the Legislative Affairs Committee. This committee has been focused on passing and supporting and advocating for different legislation, either locally, statewide, or even nationally. One of the things that we've focused on so far this year is we're trying to extend the life of the LaPorte Urban Enterprise Association, which is a zone created through capital investment from our companies, and money from that zone is put back into our communities in terms of facade grants that you see downtown where the buildings have been repainted and tuck pointed. So that's very exciting. It's currently in the Senate, and we are very optimistic that it's going to be passed. So that would extend the life of this zone and opportunities in that zone for a long time to come. Our Retention and Expansion Committee their main focus is to go out and visit our existing companies and prospective companies. This year, and I would say into last year, it started out relatively slow due to COVID. A lot of companies, just based on requirements of visitors and those kind of things, we weren't able to get in person with a lot of those companies, which we'd like to do company tours and things like that. But we are in 2021 focused on either virtual visits, and as the months come, over the next couple of months, we're going to be focused on getting out to those companies quicker and more rapidly and scheduling those appointments on a more frequent basis. And we're excited about that because that program has been outstanding. We've done probably over 100 visits in the last 2 years alone. So it's exciting there. And I know our companies want to get out and talk to us and let us know what kind of opportunities that they need and they have in this community. So the other committee I would like to talk about is the Ambassador Committee. This is another committee that has sort of been stalled somewhat from the standpoint of that we haven't had a lot of in-person events. So their focus has been recently onboarding our existing members and new members that come into LEAP. As I mentioned, we had 11 members, so they're out calling, welcoming them to LEAP and asking if there's anything that we can do on behalf of our organization, or they can do on behalf of our organization. Any questions that they have roll up to our staff and our team here at LEAP. So that's been exciting. They're excited to get out to in-person events, as we all are. So we're looking forward to some of the things that are coming in the near future. So that wraps up some of the committee activities that we've been doing here in 2021. But overall, I just want to let everybody know that we are excited to move forward. We've got events and committee work, and just our overall excitement about getting out, seeing people in person. And as you know, LEAP is here to advocate on behalf of your business, and anything that we can do, please reach out to us. And now I'll turn it over to Lindsay Johnkind, who will discuss some of the events that we've had thus far this year and some of the upcoming events and events we have planned for the rest of 2021. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Even though we could not meet in person this past year up to this year, we had some really good Zoom events, and I'm going to go through those with you now. On January 21st, we had our inaugural event for our LaPorte Young Professionals group, and it was How to Be a Good Board Member with Monica Komasinski, Executive Director of Leadership LaPorte County. It was very well attended and a lot of good takeaways. All of the events that we have put on for the LaPorte Young Professionals thus far are on our YouTube channel, LEAP Network. So go ahead and check those out. Let us know what you think. If there's any topics that you would like us to cover, please let us know. On February 10th, we had our Ask the Experts. We did one last year as well, but this was kind of a second part, went a little more into PPP, how that kind of affects your taxes, and also how to market yourself online as far as partnering with Google, getting your search engine optimization up, and just kind of creating that presence. So we had Lori Felt from the Indiana Small Business Development Center. We had Jessica Romine from Parkinson and Hinton. We had Bill Gertner from Horizon Bank and Tim Franke from Duneland Media as our speakers. On February 18th, we had our LaPorte Young Professionals Building Your Personal Brand, Part 1, which is Knowing Your Why. We had Nate Laux as our speaker. He had a phenomenal message on how to find your passions and values and just kind of try to figure out who you are. So again, that is on our YouTube channel. I highly recommend you to check out the whole series of Building Your Personal Brand. We had some great speakers, and we haven't even had the third one, so stay tuned for that. On February 19th, we had our legislative briefing. We had State Senator Mike Mahachuk, State Representative Jim Pressel, and Mayor Tom Dermody. And they gave us updates on the state level as well as the local level. That is also on our YouTube page, Leap Network. On March 3rd, we teamed up with the LaPorte Community School Corporations for the final part in our Disney Institute series, Disney's Approach to Quality Service. On March 18th, we had our Building Your Personal Brand Part 2, Knowing Your People. Chris Malman from GreatNews.life was our speaker, and he spoke about, knowing who you are, but also how to tailor your story to who you're talking to. So it was just a really great event, and you can find that on our YouTube page as well. Upcoming in quarter 2, we have our Building Your Personal Brand Part 3, Knowing Your Legacy. That will be on April 15th at 6 p.m. It is still on Zoom, but we're hoping that we can have some in-person events here soon for our group, just so we can actually meet each other. It's been, well attended, but we just like to kind of see people in person hopefully soon. April 20th, we have our monthly coffee talk. It's at 8 a.m. and we are doing it in person outside at Plaza 618 if the weather cooperates. So check that out. Check out our Building Your Personal Brand all on our website, www.laportepartnership.com, or on our Facebook page, LaPorte Economic Advancement Partnership. Also, if you have any news to share, such as press releases, events, sales, anything of that sort, please send them to me. My email is below, and we can get those in our newsletter, on our social media, website, wherever we see fit. And hopefully we can promote you guys a lot more this year. Last year was crazy, and we did a lot, but we want to just reach out to you more, and hopefully we can get more out of you guys. So if you have anything at all, just send it to me. Like I said, my email is below, and hopefully we can have a really, really great rest of 2021. Thank you.